Hello fans, welcome again to our channel. Today we are coming to look on what is going on in the club of Kaizer Chiefs as they are preparing themselves to have a game against the Asante Kotoko for Toyota Cup tournament. Now today we are coming to discuss many issues about the club of Kaizer Chiefs. All we are going to start with the registration, and also we are coming to look what the goals Kaizer Chiefs have planned to make sure that they are going to be completed in the coming season of 2025-2026. We have many things to talk about, and today we are going to clarify all things that we have here in the table. Today we are going to discuss about the transfers, but also we are going to discuss about the goals of Nasri Nabi in the coming season, but also we are going to mention the players who are now joining in the club of Kaizer Chiefs for the coming season. As we know, Kaizer Chiefs now has many goals to achieve in the coming season as they have passed through difficulties in the past many seasons in the Premier League of South Africa. Now today I'm with my colleague here, so we are going to start discussing what we have on our table. Starting with the game of today against the Asante Kotoko for Toyota Cup tournament. As we know, in the last season, Kaizer Chiefs played against the Young African from Tanzania, and the Kaizer Chiefs lost for 4 goals to nil. Now, today, Kaizer Chiefs are going to win this game against the Asante Kotoko. Let us wait and see what is going to be done for today's game. Let me welcome my colleague here to introduce himself, and we will continue with what we have come to do here.
Yes, as you all know that we all see we are going to have the friendly match against Asante Kotoko, and this is a place whereby you can get the all updates and the news regarding to our club of Kaizer Chiefs. As you all know that the Toyota Cup, one among of the competition that brings together, whereby we have seen last season Kaizer Chiefs played against Young Africans and lost 4-0. But today they go back once again with Asante Kotoko. So we are going to see this is going to be one among of the good game that we are going to see in today's at Peter Moses Mabida Stadium. But also we are going to see the first game that will start. It is going to be concerning about Kaizer Chiefs legend. Who are those going to play? We are going to see Dr. Khumalo, but also we are going to see Shabalala with many other legend for Kaizer Chiefs. So how do you rate this game of the legend? But after that, we are going to see the senior team for the Chiefs that is going to play against Asante Kotoko. But here today, we can go and discuss about even the predicted starting lineup under coach Nasruddin Nabi with his best starting lineup. The players, they had shown a good performance in the preseason in Netherlands. So who is going to start in the start 11 for coach Nasruddin Nabi? So here is the predicted starting lineup for coach Nasruddin Nabi in today's game. So what you're supposed to do is only to give us your opinions and give us your comments under the section of the comment below, because we are here to discuss and we are here to make sure the fans and the supporters are getting the quality information. So as we all know that our coach Nasruddin Nabi likes to use the formation of 4-2-3-1. One among of the best formation for coach Nasruddin Nabi likes to use the number 9 striker. Only one striker. Who is going to be the striker? We can see Flavio Silva, one among of the new signings for coach Nasruddin Nabi in this summer. So let us go and see who is going to be the first goalkeeper for Kaizer Chiefs, whereby we can see goalkeeper, he might be able to be Brandon Peterson. After showing the good performance in the preseason, we can see that our coach Nasri Dinabi, he might be able to start with this player. Brandon Peterson, he's one among of the good goalkeeper who shown the good performance in the Netherlands preseason. But also we all know that we have Bruce Vuma, but also he can be able to be as a second goalkeeper. When we are going to the back line for Kaizer Chiefs today, we are going to have Monyane, Makasi, Kunika, and Inaciel Miguel. Inaciel Miguel, Kunika, Makasi, and Monyane, these are going to be in the back line for Kaizer Chiefs. So who are they going to be in the sides of the midfielding side? We are going to have Tabo Sele, Mabiso, and Ethan Chislet. But also Gaston Serino, he's going to be as attacking midfielder. Ethan Chislet will be as a defensive midfielder. So this is going to be the sides of the defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder. So we are going to have the good performance from these players. But also when we can go to the left back and the right left winger and the right winger, we are going to have Maccabi Lilepo, but also we are going to have Shaba Lala. Or we can go with Ashley Duplessis. Number 9, we can go with Flavio Silva because he's only number 9 striker we have to our club of Kaizer Chiefs. So I think that this could be one among of the best starting lineup for coach Nasruddin Nabi. So what we are supposed to do is only to wait for the official starting lineup. The work of us is only to share the good news regarding to our team. So I think that is going to be the good starting lineup for our coach Nasruddin Nabi. So in this lineup, we can try to see the new faces, the new signings for upcoming new players, whereby we can see we have Monyane and also we have Mabaso, but also we have Ethan Chislet and Flavio Silva. All these are the new signings for coach Nasruddin Nabi. So they are going to start the debut in today's game against Asante Kotoko in the Cup of the Toyota. So it is going to be one among of the good games. So we are going to be live here today. What you're supposed to do is only to subscribe to our channel, turn on the bell notification for more updates. So that was the only information regarding to the game of today as against Asante Kotoko.
But before continuing, let me ask my colleague here.
Yeah.
Through this squad, which is mostly predictable to start today,
Yes.
which player do you see must be mostly, or we can say, a dangerous player to look through this game?
According to myself, I can try to say that the dangerous player here, I can try to mention Maccabi Lilepo because the quality of Maccabi Lilepo that he had shown in the last Betway Premiership, he can improve today and to be very more dangerous. We all know that Maccabi Lilepo was one among of the player that was being entered in that small transfer window, but after being registered to the team, he had proved and shown that he can be able to capable to play more because he has joined to the team, and after the end of the season, we can see Maccabi Lilepo end up with 6 goals. Even he came to the team and he led to pass of the Ranga Chivavilo, who was a striker. So joining of Maccabi Lilepo to the team in today's game, he can be one among of the dangerous player to the club of today against Asante Kotoko. But also we can be able to look also another new player here is Gaston Serino. This is the key player that a lot of the fans and the supporters of Kaizer Chiefs, they usually like this player because playing style, he's a playmaker because Gaston Serino last season, he had proved and make 16 assists of the team against at the club. So having that good performance, having that good statistics, we can be able to see that he can be also be one among of the dangerous player in today's game. So the players from Asante Kotoko, we can see that they should be able to look these key players in the game of today. So Gaston Serino, but also Maccabi Lilepo, one among of the players that they can be able to watch very, very careful. So that was the information regarding to the key players, those they should be able to be looked for the game of today.
Okay, as my colleague has talked here, but also we have Asante Kotoko, though we have no the squad of Asante Kotoko, but soon as possible we will air out the squad of Asante Kotoko, which will play against the Kaizer Chiefs in today's game. So what is needed to you, the fans of Kaizer Chiefs? Make sure you put your prediction there down in the comment section, and we'll know what are your comments, what are your prediction against the Asante Kotoko in today's game. So therefore, let me
But
welcome.
also, I can try to say that
Yeah.
also, the Chiefs, they should be able to look the key players from Asante Kotoko. One among of the dangerous players for Asante Kotoko. We can see here we have Peter Amidu, one among of the dangerous striker from
Yes.
Asante Kotoko. Last season in the Ghana Premier League, whereby Asante Kotoko, this player, he scored 17 goals. Peter Hamidu, one among of the player that he had shown a good performance in the last season of the in the league of Asante Kotoko. So Peter Hamidu, but also we can go to look of Patrick Asiedu, one of the best midfielder who shown a good performance. Last season, he managed to make 16 assists from Peter Amidu. So you can be able to see even Asante Kotoko, they are key players to be watched in today's game. So when our team of Kaizer Chiefs and our coach Nasruddin Nabi will be able to manage and to release the best squad that will be able to face Asante Kotoko, we can be able to see they are going to manage to have the good playing style, but also to get the good results in the upcoming game of today. So as soon as possible, we are going to see the game as against Asante Kotoko. But also, we can be able to say that as the way I said earlier, today we are going to have the game whereby Kaizer Chiefs are going to play against the Regent. So the Regent of Kaizer Chiefs, we are going to see Dr. Khumalo Shabalala, but also we are going to see Nzama, but also Masilela, one among of the legends for Kaizer Chiefs. And here we have already received the lineup for the Regents of Kaizer Chiefs. So let me go to give out the lineup for the Regents of Kaizer Chiefs that it has already been released. As you can see here on my screen, I can try to show you the lineup that it has been released by Kaizer Chiefs. So goalkeeper, as we can see that we are going to have Brian Bayoli, as we all know that one among of the regents for Kaizer Chiefs. But also we are going to have we are going to see Morgan Goldie, and also we are going to have Kiria Nzama, Tapeso Masilela, Tefu Mashamaite, and also we are going to have at Shifiwe Shabalala, one among of the best regent for Kaizer Chiefs. But also we are going to have Willard Kasande, and also we are going to have Stanton Fredericks, and we are going to see Mandra Masango, Collins Mbesuma, and also we are going to have Siabonga Monvise, once among of the starting lineup for Kaizer Chiefs Regent, whereby they are going to face Zuru Kingdom football legends. Substitution, we are going to have David Padley and Dr. Kumaro, one among of the good player. This he has been shown a good performance in our club of Kaizer Chiefs, Dr. Kumalo. But also we are going to have Delki Spencer, and also we are going to see Tuso Fala, and also the another is Josta Drala, where the coach will be Tabo Moki. Tabo Moki, we all know that also he was one among the formerly Kaizer Chiefs coach in the past few days. So these are the starting lineups against the legends of Kaizer Chiefs. As I can see here, the team is still making some warm-ups before the starting of the game. So you can try to give us your opinions and tell us what is your opinions and what is your comments regarding to the information that we are still giving out here today. So that was the best information regarding to the game of today.
Yeah, thank you, my colleague here. As he has said, he has explained well everything about the game against the Kaizer Chiefs FC versus Zulu Kingdom Football Regents. As we can see in the squad of Kaizer Chiefs, there is one player who is mostly valuable, a player who has made a history with the national team of South Africa, who is Sifiwe Shabalala. Has done many things with the national team of Africa, of Saudi Africa, as we have seen, or as we saw in the past. It was World Cup in 2010. Sifiwe Shabalala did a great job with the national of Saudi Africa. So the fans of Amakhosi or Kaizer Chief, you should put your opinions about this game of today. Also, let me welcome my colleague here to say anything about the goals of Kaizer Chief in the coming season.
Yes, I can try to tell you that in the upcoming new season of Betway Premiership, as we all know that we are going to the competitions, we can be able to see we are going to have we are going to see MTN 8, we are going to have Nedbank Cup, we are going to have the league itself of the Betway Premiership, but also we are going to have CAF Confederation. As you all know that being in these all competitions, you should be able to have the quality team, the quality squad that will be more competitive. So you should be able to have the strength of the team. So signings of the quality players, this could be able to make sure the returning back of the all good glories at Naturena. Till now, we can see that the Chiefs have already completed the signings of the 5 players. So these players under coach Nasri Dinabi, they can be able to come and prove the good performance of the team. So what we are supposed to do is only to wait for the new season, whereby our coach Nasruddin Nabi said that in the new upcoming season he will be able to make to returning back the all good glories, but also he will be able to return back the good performance of the team so that it can return on its peak. So let us wait and see. But also even we can see in the transfer market, a lot of the players, they were included to join to our team, whereby we can see Faisal Salum, we can see the player from Mamelodi Sundowns, the striker Peter Shalulile, but also Monapule Saleng Mabululu Siseko, one among of the players those have been linked up to join to our team. What we are supposed to do is only to wait for the management of Kaizer Chiefs to confirm this deal, because the work of us is only to share the updates and the news. Those are trending to the social medias regarding to our best club of Kaizer Chiefs. But also, I can try to tell you that today we are not ourselves. We have our guests here, so they can be able to come to speak regarding to our team, but also they can speak concerning about the game of today against also the players those have joined to our team. So let us welcome another guest here so that he can try to speak the games of today, but also speaking regarding to the coming of the new Glamour Boys to Naturena. You can continue to speak with the fans so that as we are welcoming our fellow here, and also to speak small regarding to our team.
Yeah, thank you, my colleague. As he has said, we have a guest who is soon coming to join us and continue talking about the performance of Kaizer Chief, but also the goals that Kaizer Chief has in the coming season. Also, let me welcome this colleague to join us for more information. How are you, my friend?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Also, I'm happy to be here to discuss about the building of new club of Marcos.
So, what do you see about the game of today against the Asante Kotoko?
First of all, I believe that's Kaiser Chief for today. First is going to prove for the fans, because now the fans direct is going for the ground to watch the match against Asante Kotoko from Ghana. So now it is a time for the all players who is going to take the opportunity to starting on the lineup under the coach Nadruddin Nabi. So I believe that all the players who is going to start is going to show the performance in order to be in order to send some happies for the fans of Kaizer Chief.
What can you tell the fans of Kaizer Chief for today's game? What do you see Nasir Nabi is going to achieve for today's game?
First of all, I want to say that Coach Nadruddin Nabi, he already said that we're going to use this trophies or this competition to continue to building the Kaizer Chief. So you can see all fans of Kaizer Chief, they already said that we want to see the new Kaizer Chief. So through these trophies of Toyota Cup, I believe that Coach Nadruddin Nabi is he going to create also or to find the new lineup, because the first of all the big problem for the club, of course, nation, it is about the quality players. You can see for this big window, Kaizer Chief already announced the different players. So through this tournament, I believe that Kaizer Chief for today is going to show the quality on the pitch.
Yeah, as my friend here has said it, but before continuing, can you share with us maybe because before the game of Kaizer Chief FC versus Asante Kotoko, we'll have the starting game, which is Kaizer Chief FC versus Zul Kingdom Football Legends. Can you talk a little more about this?
Yes, I believe that we have different legends who is already playing, uh, who is already playing for the club, of course, nation. So it is one of the enjoyments before to watch the match versus Asante Kotoko and Kaizer Chiefs. So I believe that's all legends who is going to play for today is going to play also to show as the all fans, of course, nation about this tournament for today.
Yeah, as he had said, and we have talked more about the game of today. So we have to shift and go to look for the transfer news, but also the players who have already registered in the club of Kaizer Chief to make sure that Kaizer Chief is going to perform better than it has been doing in the past seasons. There are many players who are linked by the club of Kaizer Chief to join. As we know, many social medias are talking about the club of Kaizer Chief because we know Kaizer Chief is the big club from South Africa, but also is the big club in Africa. There are many players who are mostly linked by the club of Kaizer Chief, and these players are from different countries in Africa, but also outside Africa, like Europe, America, and the other uh, continent in the world. Today we are coming to look a few of the players who are mostly linked by the club of Kaizer Chief. Some are the rumors, but also some have already joined the club of Kaizer Chief. As we saw, they participated in the preparation of the coming season of 2025 or 2026, which was done in Netherlands there. But also, let us start mentioning one by one player who are mostly wanted by the club of Kaizer Chief. I'll be mentioning and be clarifying a little, but here my guest will be clarifying more about the player who is mostly wanted by the club of Kaizer Chief. The first player we know is called Kaizer Saleng Fei Toto from the club of Azam. I see from Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. This player has been mostly linked by the club of Kaizer Chief. As we know, many social medias have been talking about the performance of Kaizer Saleng Fei Toto. As we know, Nasir Nabi was once the coach of Kaizer Saleng Fei Toto when he was teaching the club of the Young African before he left the club. He went in Farabat, but later he came in Kaizer Chiefs, and Nasir Nabi knows well the performance of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto as he plays as a attacking midfielder. Let me welcome here my colleague to clarify more about Faisal Saleng Fei Toto.
Yes, the deal of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto, it's remain to be one of the priority player who is still linked to want by the coach Nadruddin Nabi. You know, Nadruddin Nabi, he's already said that I want to see Faisal Saleng Fei Toto. He can join. Also, he going to play at the club of course nation. If you can talk about the Faisal Saleng Fei Toto, I believe that you know the performance of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto. Also, you know if Faisal Saleng Fei Toto can join, if he can join at the club of course nation, the achievement of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto, if he can join, the achievement it's big. So now coach Nadruddin Nabi, he's pushing from the management to sign this player from the Azam FC. But the big challenge for this deal of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto, it's remain due to a big club from Tanzania, mean that's a Simba Sport Club, also and Young Africans. You know, young Africans still want to sign or to return this player to return home to play. Also, Simba Sport Club, you can see due to the coach Fadru Davis, also coach Fadru Davis, it's also remained to be a priority. You can see Mick Jr. also, he said that Coach Fadru Davis, he's already showing the interest to want to sign this player. So the big challenge for this player, Faisal Saleng Fei Toto, to remain to be a Luma to join at the club of course nation, it's about the big two club from Tanzania to want also to sign this player from Azam FC. So the deal, I believe that's the period, the first period from the club of course nation under the coach Nadruddin Nabi, because the Nabi, they all submitted names under the coach Nadruddin Nabi. The first name it's Faisal Saleng Fei Toto. But the big problem or the big challenge for Faisal Saleng Fei Toto to move from Azam also to join at Kaizer Chiefs, it's about the two big club from Tanzania, means that Simba Sport Club, also Young Africans.
Yeah, as he has said about the Faisal Saleng Fei Toto to join Kaizer Chiefs, but still the rumor, but the conversation is still on. Now, can we stick here to Faisal Saleng Fei Toto? What do you see the performance of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto in Azam can be a key player once he joins in Kaizer Chiefs?
First of all, also I want to return by saying that Coach Nadruddin Nabi, he know well the performance of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto. I believe that you know Faisal also and Nadruddin Nabi, he already working together with the young Africans. So the coach, he know the performance of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto. Also, you can see for the last season, Faisal, he's a top assist on the league of NBC from Tanzania. So Faisal Saleng Fei Toto, it is a top player, and I believe that if you can join at the club of course nation, the changes at the position of midfielder is going to change the due to the Faisal Saleng Fei Toto when he's joining for this season.
Yeah, as my colleague here has said, now let us shift to another player who is mostly wanted by the club of Kaizer Chiefs, and this is the suggestion of Nasir Nabi as a coach, but also Sedi Kaze as an assistant coach. This player is called Clement Mzize from the Young African. As we all know, the performance of Clement Mzize is high, and he is mostly wanted by many clubs in Africa. As we saw, he was wanted by the club of Zamalek from Egypt, but the deal ended with no any agreement against the young African with the the club of Zamalek. But this has become being serious because Nasir Nabi knows well the performance of Clement Mzize when he was in the Young African. Now let us look more the information about Clement Mzize in the squad of Kaizer Chiefs. If he will join the club of Kaizer Chiefs, will he be a superior in the club of Kaizer Chiefs and leave other players who are mostly high in the club of Kaizer Chiefs?
First of all, also I want to say that the fans of young Africans, they called Clemens Mzize the Superman, the power machine. So it is a wonder kids. Also through the Clemens Mzize, it is a one of the best winger from the young Africans. So the performance of young Africans, it is a one of the source from the Clemens Mzize. Also, you can see Clemens Mzize on the list of the top 5 top scorer from NBC. You don't fail to mention the name of Clemens Mzize. So it is a one of the best player, and if it is a best player, the one of the source that show it is a best player, it is to link to wanted to sign with the different clubs. So Kaizer Chiefs still want to sign this player because it is a best player and is already proved for the last season after to be on the after I think it is a second top scorer.
Yeah, as he has said, Clement Mzize is the second top scorer in NBC Premier League with many goals, with 10 plus goals. But also, as we know, Clement Mzize is still young with the 22 years old. He still have a chance of playing in any club that is needing the sign of Clement Mzize from the young African, but also is the mostly forward who is mostly looked by the national team of Tanzania, as soon is going to start the Chan in this Africa. The Clementi Mzize has now a potential of starting in a club of the young African, but also the national team of Tanzania. But also let us go and look the other player who is from Mamelodi Sundowns, a forward who is called Peter Shalulile, who is mostly liked by his style of celebrating when he scores a goal. As we know, Peter Shalulile as a key player of the national team of Namibia, we know him well, and he has a big performance when he joined in the club of Mamelodi Sundowns. What do you see about Peter Shalulile joining in the club of Kaizer Chiefs?
Okay, I want to say that in any club you should be have a one of the player who have a experienced in any tournament. So now coach Nadruddin Nabi, his focus on to signing Peter Shalulile due to the experience. So if you have a one of the player who have a experience, it is one of the source who is continue to share some experience that I have to share with the other players. So now it is our time for the management of Kaizer Chief to listen what the coach they want, also to help the coach. So now I believe that coach Nadruddin Nabi, he only want to sign Peter Shalulile, and you can see Peter Shalulile from Mamelodi Sundowns, they failed to get the opportunity to starting on the lineup. Also, it is a one of the source that's called this player to want to move from Mamelodi Sundowns to move for the club of Kaizer Chief. But I believe that Kaizer Chief and the coach, they want only to sign this player because Peter Shalulile have a good experience about the different tournament.
Okay, as my colleague here has said about Peter Shalulile, who is mostly linked by the club of Kaizer Chief. This is still a rumor, but let us wait and see what the management of Kaizer Chief is going to do under Jessica Motaung and Junior and Junior Motaung. This player, Peter Shalulile, has done many things with the club of Mamelodi Sundowns, but also let us wait and see what he will achieve once he will join in the club of Kaizer Chiefs. Also, we have the other player who is also linked by the club of Kaizer Chiefs, who is called Monapule Saleng from Orlando Pirates. As we know, Monapule Saleng was left in South Africa. He didn't go with the club in Spain for preparation of coming season. As we know, Monapule Saleng has a great performance with his club of Orlando Pirates with the 27 years. His position is winger, and now Nasir Nabi wants this player to join in the club of Kaizer Chiefs and has already talked with the management of Kaizer Chiefs. And what do you say, Monapule Saleng, if the deal of joining Kaizer Chiefs will complete? What do you see his help in the club of Kaizer Chiefs?
Orlando Pirates on they don't want to let him to go Monapule Saleng or to left from Orlando Pirates, because management of Orlando Pirates, they already said that we want to sell this player but don't to go at the other club who is going to play or to be on the list to win the trophies on the League of South Africa. But now you can see, after the Kaizer Chief to want to sign this Monapule Saleng, you can see also the management of Orlando Pirates, they still to failed to left this player from the squad of Orlando Pirates. But I believe that the management of Kaizer Chief, they believe that Monapule Saleng, they have they have Sam's performance. So also they believe that when can join at the club of Kaizer Chief, they can add the some changes on the squad of Kaizer Chief. So now management of Kaizer Chief, they still to send the different offers for the management of Orlando, but I believe that Monapule Saleng, if can join at the club of the club of Orlando Pirates, they can be one of the best signing for this season. So I believe this is a best signing if can joining if the deal can join if the deal can be confirmed. The Monapule Saleng remain to be one of the top player from the club of Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, as my fellow here has said, Monapule Saleng from Orlando Pirates. The club of Orlando Pirates do not want to let him go in the other club, especially the clubs from South Africa. Therefore, let us look the other player who is mostly dangerous from the club of Al Hilali Tripoli. This is called Mabululu. What do you say, Mabululu, if the deal of joining Kaizer Chief will complete?
Mabululu is remain to be a best striker, but for nowadays you can see different strikers. They still wanted to join at the club of course Nation, but it is a rumor, but the deal is not confirmed. Also, Mabululu it is one of the top players who is played at the club of Al Ahly Tripoli from Libya. So Mabululu it's remain to be a top striker, and it is one of the best player from Al Ahly Tripoli, but it is a remain to be a rumor. The deal is not confirmed. Also, if the deal is be confirmed, we can return again. Also, we can confirm for you, the fans, what they still going at the club of Amakhosi.
Yeah, as he has said about Mabululu from the club of Ali Ahly Tripoli. Therefore, we have the other player from the club of Orlando Pirates with the 28 years old, a player who is playing the forward position. His name is Zahir Lepasa. What do you see Zahir Lepasa uh, by his performance? Do you see Nasir Nabi taking this player in the club of Kaizer Chiefs?
Uh, after the player to be the relation to be ended with the any clubs also they still wanted, but now it is a rumor for the Lepasa to join of the club of Orlando Pirates, because you can see for the short window Kaizer Chief they wanted this player to join, but now it is still to be a rumor from this player from Orlando to join at the club of Kaizer Chief. But now Lepasa, it is a free agent from the club of Orlando Pirates. After yesterday, the club of Orlando Pirates confirmed that the Lepasa already left from the club of Orlando Pirates. But now we can confirm you, the fans, about this deal of Lepasa from Orlando Pirates, who is now a free agent. So Lepasa now they want has already confirmed that he's a free agent, so he want to join on any club. But the priority is to join at the club of Kaizer Chief after the short window. Kaizer Chief to show the interest to sign this Lepasa from Orlando Pirates. So all those players who is linked to join at the club of Kaizer Chief, I want to confirm for you, the fans, if any players can wanted to join or the deal can be confirmed, you can return against. Also we can show you what they still happen at the club of Kaizer Chief. You know, the fans of Kaizer Chief for the different season, they failed to be happy after the bad performance of the club. So now the fans they still they want to see what they happening at the club of Kaizer Chief. So after the difference signing of this big window, you can see goods players they still announced. Also another player already announced, also confirmed to join at this club of Kaizer Chief. But Kaizer Chief and Nadruddin Nabi, and the Nadruddin Nabi still wanted to sign the different players. But I want to say that for the all players who is mentioned for this list, the period it is remain for the midfielder from Azam FC and the midfielder of Taifa Stars from Tanzania, means that the Saleng Fei Toto. Saleng Fei Toto, it's remain to be a priority player from the Nadruddin Nabi, because or why the Faisal Saleng Toto is remain to be a priority player to join at the club of Kaizer Chief. It is about the coach Nadruddin Nabi still want to see this player. He is going to join at the club of Kaizer Chief. Also for me, I want to say that it is one of the best rumors for Faisal Saleng Toto to wanted to join at Kaizer Chief. On all players who is already announced, also all players who is still to be a rumor. But for me, if the deal of Faisal Saleng Toto is going to be confirmed, it is a one of the best signing for this season on all Betway Premiership. So now it is our time to waiting for the management. Also, it is our time to waiting for the deal for the Faisal Saleng Toto to join the club of Kaizer Chief. I want to say that's also, or I want to add some issues about the management of Kaizer Chief. Management of Kaizer Chief for this big window, they using this opportunity for this big window to continue to create a new dangerous Kaizer Chief, because you know for this season or for the next for new season who is going to starting for the next month, Kaizer Chief is going to return for the CAF. So if you're going to play the competition of CAF, you should be to prepare well. So it is one of the signs that shown that Kaizer Chief management they want to building the dangerous club in order to show the competition on the CAF, especially for the Confederation Cup, because for the next season, Kaizer Chief is returning for the cup. So if you're going to play in the cup, you should be on to signing the quality players who is going to help the club to do better, also to take the all 3 points.
Yeah, as he has said here, my fellow, he has put everything clear about the club of Kaizer Chief, and we have talked many things about the club of Kaizer Chief, starting the game of today of Toyota Cup, but also the transfer news about the players who are coming to join in the club of Kaizer Chief, and also the players who have already signed in the club of Kaizer Chief. We have talked about many players like Faisal Saleng Fei Toto, Clement Mzize, Peter Shalulile, Monapule Saleng, Mabululu, but also Zahel Lepasa. All of these players are mostly ranked by the club of Kaizer Chief, but there is only one player who is mostly wanted by the club of Kaizer Chief, who is Faisal Saleng Fei Toto. This player has been searched more for a long time by the club of Kaizer Chief. And what is mostly needed is to wait and see what the management of Kaizer Chief is going to do under the registration of Faisal Saleng Fei Toto from Azam FC. The fans of Kaizer Chief, we have talked many things about the club, but one thing to insist is that you have to buy the jerseys of Kaizer Chief, which have been released in past few days in order to add the value of the club of Kaizer Chief. But also, as we said before, if you can buy the tickets of the all games which Kaizer Chief will play, you will have done a great thing. But now let us look the some of the things that Nasir Nabi needs to achieve in the coming season. There are many things that Kaizer Chief needs to achieve in the coming season, starting in the Betway Premiership. It needs to have this trophy, but also in Nedbank as well as in a CAF Confederation Cup. All these trophies are needed to come home in Kaizer Chief Club. Let us see and wait what is going to be done by Nasir Nabi and his management in the coming season. Also, let me welcome my friend here to clarify each and everything which we have talked about and finish our today interview or exclusive interview we had here.
I think all we are already discussed it. So now it is our time to say that thank you for you, the fans who is still watching this channel. But you should be honored to subscribe this channel for more update news, because always we say that we understand what the fans of course nation want, but for this big window we understand that we not only to get the all updates concerning the transfer, and if you choosing this channel you should be you getting the all updates concerning the confirmed transfer, also concerning the rumors for the all players who is wanted by the club of Kaizer Chief. But Kaizer Chief now is going to be one of the dangerous club for this South Africa, also in Africa in total. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for watching us and thank you for your time. As we say, Kaizer Chief is a lovable club in Saudi Africa. Thank you for your time.
Ah!